Hello, Tim.
Tim's hipsterness and the way that he dresses and how that one time in the one act it was such a big deal that we got to see Tim's knees.
My favorite memory of Tim is definitely working with him during our one act. Just yelling at him in German and hitting him. Funny play!
He's done so much, for the Thespians, and, we're really going to miss that next year.
Lunch.
Tim would always wear this hat. And I always wanted this hat. So I would steal this hat, and that's how we became steadfast buds. Even though he doesn't still wear that hat, he is that hat. The hat is a metaphor for Tim and all of his just hipster amazingness that we all love.
When you meet him, you feel like you've been friends with him for a while.
I have to tell you, Tim, that you are by far the best stage kisser at Pembroke Hill.
Tim's so funny and he's really nice and getting to make jokes about his hipsterness.
And I will also miss how short he is.
Well, go Raiders, obviously.
I was watching him in the choir concert the other day, and his face when he sings is so animated. It is so great. You can tell he is totally into what he's doing up on stage.
He has helped me so much with YIG and with Model UN and with just everything in Thespians, and he's really just such a great person to look up to, such a great leader, because those are my aspirations too. I want to be Model UN president, and I want to do great things in YIG. And he does everything. He does Bait, he does YIG, he does Model UN, he does Thespians, he does track. He does everything, and that's just amazing that he does that all. And he's such a great addition to the Pembroke Hill community and to my life. So
he's really nice, and he was in the musical, and he was so funny.
He's so enthusiastic about everything. A lot of times people are trying, kind of bring you down, but he's always building people up. Being around him, it really helps change your perspective on life.
Shannon, all this year basically has been one big fat memory about Shannon.
Hearing her rap, look at me now.
How talented Shannon is.
Anytime she started crumping, ever in her entire life.
In the musical, Shannon would talk to me and talk me through my awkward freshman year in the Pirates of Penzance, and she's just like she's a real person. A lot of people in this world are pretty shallow, but she's just not.
Least favorite memory is when you fell into the orchestra pit during Moon Over Buffalo. Please be careful and never do that again.
I have so many favorite memories about Shannon. Oh God, Shannon is, I don't know, skip this one. Enough people are talking about Shannon.
From the moment I walked into Pembroke when I first met her, she's just been really nice and supportive, and when you come in from another country, you kind of need someone like that, so I'm really going to miss that about her.
She'll always be there to talk to somebody, and I'll really miss that.
Shannon is, I think, the nicest person in the world.
She was just such an inspiration, and I really couldn't ask for a better, friend.
I'll miss how sweet Shannon is, and I'll miss how nice she is, how funny, and how much she just treats you like a person and not like someone that doesn't really matter.
I will miss singing, If You Like Pina Coladas, that's our song, and I'll miss that.
I will miss everything about Shannon.
Shannon, you might not know this. In fact, I was gonna keep it a secret, but I'm following you to college. I'm gonna attach myself to the bottom of your car. I already have an apparatus, and I will sleep outside your window and sing you to me every night.
She's a great stage manager. She always looks out for everyone and makes sure everyone is included and knows what's going on.
I love Lauren's swag walk.
I'll miss her sense of humor and her voice, oh my God, and it's gonna be weird having a musical without her. She does so much, and she doesn't, maybe people don't see that, but she does it more behind the scenes, especially with stage managing. And I loved being in acting class with Lauren this year, and when we made the thespian garbage PSA, and she sat there with the dog, and she was like, I'm going to tell you about garbage, like those sad puppy commercials. And also, Lauren, that dog is in Centennial. You should probably go get it.
One of my favorite memories about Sammie was when we went to noodle company and they burned the cookies and they burned the pasta and they gave them cookies and we made toast about it the rest of the time.
Oh, definitely. Sang all of PJ's lines as he yelled them behind stage.
Math class. That's all I have to say.
She's such a great leader.
In dance team before the game, Sammie was always really funny, and she would just get us to not stress. I felt like after the cast list for the musical went up, she literally came up to me and she was like, "Hey, congratulations on getting Kate, and that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you." And I was like so grateful that she did that because it was literally the nicest thing ever.
I'll miss how funny Sammie is and how nice she is, and I really wish I'd gotten to know her better.
Craziness that lets us be stress-free before a performance or anything.
When you really get to know her, she is an amazing person.
This theater will be really weird without her because she's always been there, and she's an incredible actress and an incredible person and an incredible friend.
Her humor, definitely very fun to be around.
I never felt like she, looked down on me because I was a year younger. And I really especially loved our before Madrigal's dinner runs every week. Those were the best.
My favorite memory about Tori is in dance team, she's always smiling, and we always had fun in dance team because she would do these crazy dance moves.
Tutu time, probably.
Hilarious dancing in dance team.
The farm, lots of things with Tori, but those are probably my two favorites, just goofing around.
I will miss her leadership on dance team, and I will miss performing with her.
She's just like fun person and fun person to talk to.
Her laughing at me all the time and making fun of my speech impediments from when I was a small child.
Yeah, I'm just gonna miss how she's always smiling, and she's always excited to say hi to me in the halls, and that just makes me feel really special.
My favorite memory of Logan has to be the time when the two of us were in the library having a political debate and a discussion about how awesome Dr. Thompson is.
He's been calling me Philip for the past 12 years of my life.
He was always like really focused, and you could tell he was really like into what he was doing.
I won't miss being called Philip, but I will miss seeing Logan around the hall and just like talking to him about where he's going to college or seeing him in musical rehearsals or whatever.
Every time I've talked to him, he's been really funny and really nice.
He's also funny and smart, and he's just an awesome guy all around, so I'm really going to miss that about him.
I feel like I can talk to Logan forever about anything because he's just a really awesome, cool guy. I'm so glad I got to know him this year, and I'm really going to miss him. My favorite memory of Joelle is probably either in Playbuilding when we did the play Total Security Assholes about the TSA, and yeah, Beth was in it too, and it was just really fun working with her, and she and I played TSA agents, or just the whole Antigone chorus process and how kind of she was the ringleader of the group.
I've known Joelle forever. She's basically like family to me.
You'd always make these jokes so we would get distracted from our lines.
She and Shannon singing that Wilson Phillips song, or Look at Me Now.
My favorite memories of Joelle are from our one act and having to go to the hardware store in PJ's car.
It took me a really long time to understand your jokes and realize that you're kidding a lot of the time.
She too is a really good like leader, and I think I know I'm gonna miss. I think we're all gonna miss her motivation, her leadership for everybody, for all of us.
She, even if you're not in her one act, she goes out of her way to try and be nice to you and to try and help you, and she's just always a great friend. She's always there if you need someone to talk to. She's a great person.
I love just being able to see her in the hallway and asking her like what's going on in her life.
I will miss your jokes so much because they're different.
What I'm going to miss about Joelle, definitely her humor, and probably like her leadership and just kind of like her chutzpah, for lack of a better word. Lissy's like my sister. I feel like I'm losing another sister.
She's such a sweet person.
And I remember during one of the musicals, and I had never seen you dance before, and watching I was like, oh my god, Lissy's so good.
And I'll miss seeing her every day, obviously, and her driving me places.
I shadowed Lissy when I came here, and so she's kind of a factor in what made me want to come to Pembroke. And she's always just been really friendly, and she's been such an inspiration on dance team.
My favorite memory with Louise is we were at one of the cast parties, and she was leaving, and she did the whole European thing, like mwah, mwah, kiss on either side of the cheek, and then she was just mortified, embarrassed, because we don't really do that in America, and she was just apologizing profusely, and I mean, I got kissed by a beautiful woman, I was fine with it, but that was just hilarious.
The amazing cowboy for Oklahoma.
This is a weird one, but I really loved your capstone. I also loved watching you act in Antigone because you did such a great job acting even though you didn't speak at all.
My favorite thing about Louise is that we're the perfect height for doing like this thing, you know? And she told me that once and we did it and it was cute.
Her cool style, like, she's always like, yeah, I mean, I had these earrings and I just decided to wear them and they're like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, my darling. I love her so much. She's so sweet. And I'm going to miss her so much. I'm probably going to cry when both of them. I'm going to remember that she was so good at doing hair. Like, she can do, like, braids like nobody's business.
Most being able to, we didn't do it enough, but having someone I could talk to in French.
Her humor and her hair braiding skills.
I'll definitely miss her artistic talent because that definitely helps us here in lobby display. But I will also miss how funny she is, how nice she is, and just seeing her in the halls. And I also love her shoes.
Her beautiful accent and the way that she's always encouraging. I honestly don't think I would have gotten into the fall play if Louise hadn't been encouraging me during auditions, so I'm really going to miss that.
I'm gonna miss Francesca because I remember the one day that we hung out in the bathroom that one time.
Paper is not enough! Paper is not enough!
Definitely her great picture that we made into like 20 memes.
And when I started dance team this year, she was so excited, and she was on JV at first, and then she told Tina that she wanted to be on varsity, and I just really admired that.
Okay, during musical, when we were awkwardly playing Mac's Sister Wives in Oklahoma, the song.
I will miss all the lost in translation moments.
When we were in Antigone rehearsal and she played Haman, because Ian wasn't there, and she was like, Father! It was great.
And the way that, you know, maybe you haven't really been involved in theater before you came here, but you just sort of jumped right in, we're like, what can I do? I want to be a part of this, and you're such a great stage manager, or assistant stage manager, so thanks for that.
How adorable she is.
Her Italianness. She always got the best pizza.
I am going to miss Francesca because she's been my English buddy all year, and she's just so funny in English class because she puts Antigone into basically every paper she writes, and I'm going to miss her so much.
I will miss her smiling face all the time.
And I will miss having when you telling chorus how many pages we had until we went back on stage again because it was really nice. And I don't know if everybody would do that, but you did.
I will miss how well she handles my little shit junior friends. Because they jump on anything like foreign exchange student, the fact that she's Italian, and they joked that Evan and her should be a thing, and she handled it better than anyone I've ever seen. She handled it with grace and hilarity.